Hey ladies, and if you're new to my channel, it's your girl Primp and Proper, and I'm back with another big girl talk. So I hope you ladies enjoyed your Valentine's Day. I don't think I seen you or spoke to y'all since then. I just want to start off by saying I love you guys. Because if I did not love you guys, I would not be doing these videos. Because I always go through some technical difficulties and it's so annoying, and sometimes I want to give up, but then I remember why I do this, because if it changes one person's life or gets someone out of a rut, I did my job. So yeah, I don't mean to treat it like a job, but definitely it's a job that I don't get paid for. And well, the pay is actually seeing my fruits, like people telling me like, oh, this helped me. It helped me put certain things in perspective. So that's kind of how I get paid. And I think I do it all for the glory of God. Like, you know, my hair, I don't know. I'm getting mixed feelings, but it's definitely coming out because I need to get in the water, and the way this hair is set up, I don't think so. But I'm definitely going to get tape-ins, and I feel like my hair needs to be a little longer when it comes to tape-ins, because it doesn't fully cover. Not longer, but my hair's thin too, my natural hair. So it's not doing the best job. I can't even put it up. So it defeats the purpose of paying all this money for this, and I can't even really enjoy it. Okay, enough of that. Enough of the chit-chat. Let me get into the nitty-gritty, what you all came here for. Let's get into it. So definitely, are you listening? I want every person to listen to this, every girl to listen to this. If you want to boss up, if you want to be in a better mental space, if you want to change your life, if you want to start living the life that you dream of, I need you to listen to what I'm saying. I didn't just write this down. I was praying, I was worshiping while I was writing this and taking notes. So this is not just something I conjured up, and this is things that I'm currently going through and that I have gone through, or that I did do just to get to this point. And let's get into it. So I wrote down, I'm gonna keep it brief with you ladies. So I wrote down how to stop doubting yourself. How to stop doubting yourself. This is what you need, sis, because I know what it feels like to doubt yourself. I've doubted myself many times, and I feel like I could have been a lot further if I didn't doubt myself. So we honestly hold ourselves back. So I'm going to give you 6 tips on what you need to do in order for you to stop doubting yourself, and so you can really tap into who God called you to be and who you want to be. The woman you dream about being, you can be just that because it's in you. You didn't conjure that thought out of nowhere. It's because it's in you, and it's crying out because it wants to come out. It wants to live, and you just keep doubting yourself. Come on, wake up. Number 1 on how to stop doubting yourself. The first thing you need to do is get out of your own way. Get out of your own way, sis. Move it along, because honestly, we are our biggest enemy. And you know, I feel like everybody has a different story. Everybody has gone through things in their life that caused them to doubt themselves. If they didn't grow up in a certain household, a loving household, a household where they're spoken life into, like have been told words of affirmation, have been told encouraging words. So some people have grown up in toxic environments, and it does affect how they view themselves, unfortunately. But you don't have to stay there. That is the past. Yes, it's unfortunate that it happened to you, but that doesn't have to be your story. You still have the power to change your story. That's not the end. And ultimately, that does go along with forgiveness. If you are doubting yourself because of the things you went through, and you feel like, okay, no one around you has not done much or haven't accomplished the things that you're trying to accomplish, that doesn't mean it's not for you. it wasn't for them, or even if they tried and they failed, that doesn't mean you're gonna fail. You get what I'm saying? Stop doubting yourself, and stop telling yourself negative things. Like, you know, sometimes when you're trying to pursue something, there's a negative thought that comes up and you're like, oh my God, yeah, I'm not gonna do it. No, I need you to tell yourself, no, I am gonna do it. When a negative thought appears, you have to quickly cast it down with a positive thought, or you're gonna allow that negative thought to linger, and it's going to take control. And you have to take control over your life. This is the time where you take control over your life. So you need to cast down all negative thoughts. We all have them. I have them. I know you do. And sometimes you have to dig deep on where it's coming from, because if it keeps happening, you have to get some sort of healing. Because it's not, the reason why you think negatively about yourself is because of past trauma, things you went through, or something that happened to you that triggers fear into you, that causes you to doubt yourself. So ultimately digging deep and finding out what that is. But you have to cast down those negative thoughts, because if you don't, they will continue to control your life. You have to also unlearn bad habits. We all have bad habits. Listen, some bad habits are controlled, and some other bad habits keep you in a rut. If you have a habit, this is how you know if it's a bad habit. If the habit isn't productive, if you can't be productive, if it's not productive into you becoming who you want to be, yeah, it's a bad habit. If it's not helping you become that woman that you want to be, if it's not helping, yeah, it's a bad habit, and you have to let it go. And another bad habit that I see some people have, and I used to have this, where you'll go through something, you'll go through your moments of depression, and then you start doubting yourself, you start like beating up on yourself because you start overthinking. You go into like a cave, like isolation, like where you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to see anybody, and that is bad. Listen, you need people. I don't care what nobody says. Listen, you need people. Sometimes people do go through those seasons where they separate themselves, but you'll know when you're in that season. Not every single time you go through these moments of depression, you're in that season of isolation. No, you need to be around some people who will speak life into you. And with that being said, number 2 is get rid of the people who do not uplift you. Get rid of the people who do not uplift you. Why are you keeping dead weight around? In the Bible, in Amos chapter 3, verse 3, it says, how can two walk together unless they agree? If you're trying to go here south and your friend is going north, how could you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that was like a broad kind of explanation or analogy, but sometimes if it's okay to grow apart from people. It's not to say that they're bad people or you're better than them, but you're going somewhere. In order for you to be that person you want to be, in order for you to become that person you want to be, it's some things that you can no longer do. And the longer you keep unsuccessful people around you, or people who don't uplift you, the longer you stay in this rut of doubting yourself. Because iron sharpens iron. And if you're not around anyone that is sharpening you, you will become dull. You'll become so comfortable in the lifestyle that you live. You'll be so comfortable in lack. You'll be so comfortable in doubting yourself. You'll be so comfortable in mediocrity. You'll be so comfortable in having low self-esteem and having so much insecurities. You'll be so comfortable and you'll accept life for what it is, and that is not your life. That does not have to be your life. So watch the company you keep. Get rid of the people who don't uplift you when you go through your moments. If they're not trying to encourage you, or if they in the rut with you, you gotta be careful, honey. Listen, it's time for you to start acting like like you that girl. Like, I can't allow people to just treat me any kind of way, because how you allow people to treat you is a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. So if you have people in your life who not only don't uplift you, who just take from you, never give to you, uses you, abuses you mentally, physically, yeah, that's a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. And that's why you keep doubting yourself, because nothing around you is productive. Nothing around you is healthy. You have to be healthy in order for you to have this mindset, in order for you to shift your mindset, in order for you to start thinking different about yourself. You have to do things different. You have to get around like-minded people. And even if your mind is not totally there, the fact that you have that idea of wanting to be something else, or wanting more and wanting to do better, you just need to be around the right people. You just need to get around the right group of people, or just one person. You know, you don't have to have a group of friends, but you need somebody. You need somebody to be your road dog. Like, I don't know how people say they don't want friends like that. I think that's the biggest BS ever. I don't know where I would be without my friends. They are the reason why I keep going, because they always motivate me. Even at my lowest, I can't even begin to tell y'all how my friends just come through for me. I'm just gonna, I always like to be so transparent and share like my story. I remember I had lost my job. I didn't have any money, and my car had broke down, and I was like trying to go back to school, because I was like, okay, I keep being fired from these jobs, at least let me finish going to school or whatnot. And my school wasn't too far from my house, but the fact that I broke down, and I don't know how to catch a bus, so I wasn't gonna catch no bus. My best friend, she know I don't like to ask, because I have pride. I know it's so bad. The Lord is working on me. But she put her credit card on my Lyft account. So every time I needed, I'm about to cry. Every time I needed a ride to go somewhere, anywhere, not just school, anywhere, I was able to go because she put her credit card on my Lyft account without me even asking her. Because she know I'm not the type of person to ask, because I don't want to be a burden to anyone. Because I feel like I'm grown. Like, I don't want to, everybody have their own problems. I don't want to put that on anyone. And she knows that about me. And she just did it. Having friends like that is important. And it makes you not doubt yourself, because you have somebody believing in you. Believing that you can succeed, that they invest in you. Being around someone that cares enough for you that they will invest in you. Like, she invested in me going to school and getting to where I need to go, whether it was another job interview or, going to get food. That's investing in me. Like, she put her money in giving me transportation. Like, in Florida, you could not have a car. Like, that's one of those places you need a car. So definitely watch the company you keep. Definitely, yeah. And another thing, you have to be bold about who you are. Do not let anyone talk down on you. Sometimes you get these people where they would say something slick, but they'll act like they joking. Nah, don't let nobody joke with you. You grown. You know who you are. You have to act like you know who you are, and be bold about it. Check them. If you feel some type of way when they said it, don't let the laughs make you let it go. Like, oh, she didn't mean it like that. Nah, it's coming from somewhere, and you need to check it. You need to be bold. Like, you don't allow anybody to talk to you any kind of way, because words have power. And if you allow those words to touch your ear, and then listen, if you're an overthinker, or if you care about what people saying, people always say, I don't care what nobody think about me. If people say enough about you, enough negative things about you, out of nowhere, you will start to think about it, or it will start to affect you in some kind of way. I don't care. Words have power. So don't allow anybody to treat you or talk to you any kind of way, because it affects It affects your self-esteem. It affects everything about you. Number 3, learn to trust yourself. Now, this is a big one, because if you are someone who doubts yourself all the time, you have a big-ish problem with, let me fix my hair. You have a big problem with trusting yourself. Listen, girl, I'm there with you, because I'm like, can I do it? You go into like a panic mode because you don't trust yourself. And you have to learn to trust yourself, because that's the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship. Well, let me take that back. That's the second most important relationship. The first important relationship is the relationship you have with God. And the reason why you doubt yourself is because you don't know who the source is. Yeah, a lot of people may say, oh yeah, I do know God, I go to church or I read my word, but do you really have a relationship? Have you put in the time to build a relationship with God so you can be more confident in knowing that, okay, his word says this, although it doesn't look like much, or it doesn't look like I'm moving forward, it doesn't look like I'm going to get to where I need to be, I believe and trust in God that he's going to make a way. I just have to do the work, and that's the faith part. And if you don't have faith in God and don't have a real relationship with God, it's so easy for you to have the issue of doubting yourself, because you don't know who your source is. You don't know who you belong to, who's your provider, who's your healer, who's going to always make a way for you. So you're thinking about earthly. You're thinking about what you could do. You can't do much, especially if you don't have the resources. You're really going to doubt yourself because you don't have the resources. That's why you need to build a relationship with God to know, like, yeah, I may not have the money in the bank. I may not have no good credit, but I know God is going to provide. I know God is going to give me funding for the business. I know God is going to give me money to buy a new car. I know God is going to put me through school. I know financial aid is not paying for my school no more, but I know I was called to this. I was called to get this degree. I know God is going to make a way. I know God is going to see me through. I may have to struggle, but in that process, God is going to make a way, and he's going to help me build character. Okay? Don't be scared of the struggle, okay? Because that's where you learn to appreciate. You got to appreciate the low times, because when you get up here, you don't get too big-headed. You are always humble, honey, because you remember where you were, and you remember how long it took you or what you had to go through to get here. Okay? Listen. You see how I almost cried when I told you that story about me having to catch a ride? I have a lot of more stories, because your girl done been through it. And it was like year after year. I felt like my life was going in cycles. So, of course, I doubted myself a lot. I'm like, am I even called to be an entrepreneur? But I keep getting fired from these jobs, God. So what are you telling me? Like, I just envisioned so much for my life. I always wanted more out of life. And I know you didn't give me this feeling for no reason, because nobody in my family is living the life that I want to live or doing what I want to do. So it's not something that I seen in front of me, but I know you put it on the inside of me, and I know I can do the work, and you're going to bless it, and it's going to come to pass. I'm going to be that woman that you called me to be. You see, that's how you stop doubting yourself. You speak to yourself. Watch the relationship that you have with yourself. Know God, learn God. You cannot do it alone. Build your relationship with God. It's going to strengthen you in your weaknesses, because we all have weaknesses. Okay? Number 4 is write it down, visualize it. However, if you're a visual learner, if you're okay with writing it down, you got to write it down, or make sure it's something that you can see. Whoever you want to become, whatever woman you want to become, if you want to dress a certain way, drive a certain car, live a certain lifestyle, have certain friends, marry a certain type of man, write it down. Visualize it. Put it up in a picture frame. Do it. Because that's how it's going to come to pass. That's how it's going to manifest. Because if you write it down, it's something that you can go back to and read. And when you're feeling like you have to doubt yourself, you're going to read what you wrote. Like, no, it's going to encourage you. Like, I have to get to this place. I have to become this woman because I deserve to live my life like this. This is how I want to live my life. I don't want to live like this. This is temporary. I'm going to get here. And especially if you visualize it, if you have a visual of the woman you want to be, what kind of life you want to live, and you hang it somewhere in your room or in your house, that's something that you can look at and encourage you and warms your heart every day, because that's something that you're going to look at, that you have to look at, and it's going to remind you to do the work. It's going to remind you and encourage you, like, yeah, it's going to be your motivation every day because it's something you see. Study it every day. Say it out loud. When you write it, I do that. I go back to my notes. I'm like, I'm going to be this woman. I am going to marry a man that. I'm going to have kids that. I write all that down. And although it's not here yet, I know it's coming. I just have to do the work on myself. I have to stay focused. I have to stay focused on God. I have to stay focused on me and doing the work. Because it's a lot more work that needs to be done. But when I say a lot more work, you don't understand how fast your life can change if you just do the work and stop doubting yourself. Literally, I probably can have everything that I've written down in less than 6 months. And that's how fast God works. That's how fast God works. He can literally give it to you instantly. And you over here doubting yourself. Listen, stop that. Number 5, start acting. Number 5, start acting like the woman you want to become. You know the saying, fake it till you make it. I really don't like that saying, because I'm like, I'm not faking nothing. This is real. If I ain't got it, I ain't got it. But it's levels to it. Like, you're not going to be like that man on the Netflix show, the swindler, the scammer guy. We're not trying to do that, faking it like that. No. When I say start acting like the woman you want to become, if that woman that you see yourself being dresses a certain way, start dressing like that. Even if you can't afford the clothes, I'm pretty sure there are dupes, like cheaper versions of it, that you can try to find and dress like that. Start going to places where those type of women go. It's going to help change your mindset, because you're going to be in that environment and you may meet some new friends that are where you want to be. And of course, if they're where you want to be, why wouldn't they help you out? Like, if they're like-minded women, or if they're women that are not intimidated by other women, that don't see an issue with helping you get into where you need to be, or giving you words of encouragement, even just speaking life into you. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes God doesn't even need those people to put you in connection with people, because God knows everybody. And if you need some kind of connection to get to like a certain level, a high position at a job or career wise, don't worry about people, child. God will make a way. God know everybody. That's the one thing I can say. But let me get back on track. Start showing up as her. So when you walk into the room, you have to own the room. You have to walk with your head high. It doesn't mean that you think you're better than anyone. Listen, that's people with low self-esteem that will even be intimidated by you walking in like you love yourself. Any woman or any person that feel some type of way because you love yourself or you're confident in who you are, those are not the people for you. Okay? Run. Okay? They hurt. And hurt people hurt people. And maybe you need to show them this video or give them some tips. Write down the tips now. Okay? Because that's a very dangerous place to be. And not only walk up, so change your whole posture. Like, I started to watch YouTube videos because I have like bad posture. I want to walk straight And I also want to sit up straight, because it just elevates you as a woman when someone sees you like from across the room or out, when you're out and you're walking with such poise and confidence. When you walk with your shoulders back and your head up, people turn their head. You're a beautiful woman. I know I'm a beautiful woman, and I walk in like I own the room, I'm going to turn heads. Trust me, I have. And you can too. So definitely, that's how you're going to build your confidence. Because once you just start doing these things, showing up as that woman you want to become, dressing like her, going to places that she would go, walking into rooms with your head high, your shoulders back, sitting down with great posture, it's going to start building your confidence. Because you know why? You're going to start feeling good about yourself. And the fact that you're going to get some compliments, because people are going to notice the change. But don't feed into it, because, you know, first they hail you, then they nail you. You're not going to get your validation from man. But it does also, it helps. It helps when people notice the change that you're making. Because it's kind of like a reward, like, okay, I'm doing it right. Yeah. And you're definitely going to get that. Trust me. Trust me when I say that. Change your whole walk, the way you sit down, the way you dress, the way you even wear your hair. So the woman I want to become doesn't wear lace wigs. That's why I had to give it up. Although I love the lace wigs, even though it's high maintenance. This is high maintenance too. But the woman I want to become, the woman that I see myself being in the future, who I'm trying to be, doesn't wear lace wigs. It's a natural girl, like natural hair girl, like sew-ins and something more soft, you know, less baby hairs, like, you know, giving them more, like, you can see my face. So that's why I transitioned into this look, because I'm going into a new season. I feel like I got a taste of something, and I know there's more for me. So I know there's some things that I have to let go. I know there's some things that I have to rearrange. I know I have to stop doubting myself. So all these things that I'm telling you, I'm doing it myself, because I can't no longer hold myself back. I had to realize, it's like I just woke up one day, like recently this happened, and I'm like, hold on, what are you doing? You're doubting yourself. You think you can't succeed. Like, I will wake up in, like, not panic attacks, but bad anxiety of, like, failure, because I'm so used to getting fired. Even though I own my own business, but I'm so used to failing in my eyes, like, because I would always be getting fired, not knowing what to do in my life, because I'm so stuck on having a dream. I really don't think school is for me. So I was always up and down and like, God, I can't hear you. What do you want from my life? And then now I'm in a place where I can buy things. I have a savings. I have, you know, and I'm going to tell you like this. When you doubt yourself, you're not going to be the best entrepreneur. If you are an entrepreneur, or you're not going to be the best worker, whatever job you do, you're not going to be the best. You're not going to put your best foot forward, because you doubt yourself. So how can you apply yourself if you doubt yourself? So I have not been applying myself in my business. Like, I could see way more. Okay, so I'm back. My camera turned off for some reason. Sorry about that. But what was I saying? I hate when that happens. But yeah, you can't. I was doubting myself, and that's why I wasn't able to apply myself to my businesses. Because if I wouldn't get the amount of sales that I wanted that day or that week, I'm like, oh, nobody's not listening to me. Nobody's not liking the post. Nobody's not visiting my website. You know, and I would stop creating content. Like, people know if you believe in yourself. People buy confidence because it's attractive. Like, look at Lizzo. She's a plus size girl who's in the music industry, and that's kind of frowned upon, even though they're a lot, I guess, a little more open, a little, not too much though. For the way she dresses, she wear her short. She wear what the girls wear. Okay. The girls that's size 5, she wear what they wear. And she's so popular for that. because she's so confident, and people love that because confidence is attractive. Okay? People buy confidence. So you have to be confident in your business. You have to be confident in you as a person. You have to be confident in everything that you do. You have to be confident. And that starts with stop doubting yourself. Get up and do the work. Get up and do the work. And number 6, which is the last tip on how to stop doubting yourself. Don't quit. Don't quit. That's the last thing. Don't quit. No matter how hard it gets, do not quit. Imagine if Oprah quit. Because her life was hard. Every time I hear about her life, or even Steve Harvey, he was homeless 3 times, living in his car. But look where he is now. Look at Tyler Perry. I'm reading his book right now. If he would have quit, he did I think 10 plays or a few plays that didn't take off. But he didn't stop. He didn't stop doubting himself. If he would have doubted himself, he would not be that billionaire that he is right now. Because everybody probably was telling him man, even his mom was telling him, maybe you should do something else. Maybe this play thing is not for you. And of course, he can't cancel his mom. Let's go back to number 2, get rid of the people who don't uplift you. Sometimes, especially people in your family, you can't really let them go. You can't really rid them. Okay. Sometimes people cannot see it for themselves, so they won't be able to see it for you. And that's just real. But if he would have listened to her, imagine where his life would be. He'll be nowhere near where he is now. And if he would have, and I'm pretty sure after his mom said that, he did not accept those words, and he spoke life into himself. So you cannot accept what people throw at you. You cannot accept the negativity. You cannot accept the doubt from other people, because that will make you doubt yourself. Because they cannot see it for themselves, that has nothing to do with you. Everybody has lived their life, and everybody has their own story. But everybody has the power to change their story. And that's the thing. But you have to be willing to do the work. And it starts with, not being comfortable in stagnation, not being comfortable in doubting yourself. You have to be confident to know that I'm going to be that woman. And that confidence is going to motivate you to do the work, because you're confident in knowing that you're going to get there. Don't quit. I don't care how bad it gets. Look up. Look up to who your provider is. Look up to who your healer is. Look up to the person that is going to always make sure that you're good. And even if it don't happen right then and there, trust me, he's going to turn it around for your good. I'm a witness to that. I am a witness to that. Definitely is a bittersweet. Why did I have to go through all that? Sometimes makes a good story. Your story is special and unique. If it was to be given to you so easily without any hard work, suffering, or any pushback, how much would you appreciate it? So don't look at your low place as what could I say? As a curse, because I feel like I was cursed. I was like, oh my God, I got a curse on me. Ooh, break it, Lord. Don't look at it like that. You're being made into the woman you want to be. It's building your character. Now you have to stop doubting yourself. You have to follow these steps, and trust me, you're going to change your life. Trust and believe that your life will change. If you do everything, I only gave you 6. Okay, you probably could make up your own, because along the way, you're gonna find your own. Along the way of this journey of not doubting yourself, building your confidence, you're going to find other ways to build your confidence because everyone's situation is unique. So listen, but this is like the blueprint. This is the starter pack. Trust me. I want us to all be in a different place in the next 6 months. We're not going to be here. We're going to be so much closer to where we want to be, or we're going to be just that. And you are the only one holding you back. No one has the power to hold you back. If you need to let go of some things, you have to just let it go. If it's not feeding you, if it's not helping you become that woman, why are you holding on? Why? Make it make sense. I think we all a little crazy because I have held on to some things that I know wasn't good for me, and I know was not edifying me, was not helping me grow, and I stayed and I entertained. But thank God that I learned. It was a delay, but I got back on track. And you can get back on track too. Stop doubting yourself. You can do it. You can do it. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do. You want to start the business? Start the business. You will succeed. Don't worry about if people don't support you. There are going to be people that's going to support you. Research. Do the work. It's not going to come easy. Business is not easy. It's not a 9 to 5. It's a 24 hours. Because even in your sleep, you're thinking about ideas. You're thinking about your business while you're sleeping. When you wake up, it's something you breathe every day. Like, it's tiring, okay? It's not easy. I don't know why everybody wants to do it. But it's freedom. I get it. And it's limitless. If they can do it, I always look at Oprah, look at Tyler Perry, look at Steve Harvey. If they can do it, I know I could do it. I just have to apply myself. They applied themselves. They did not doubt themselves. And if they did, they kept pushing. Because even when you doubt yourself, you got to keep pushing. You got to stop those negative words. You got to replace them with positive ones. Do not let it linger. Listen to me, sis. We on a whole nother level. We going up, and I need you to go up with me. I'm not leaving you behind. I don't want to leave you behind. Okay? You got it? We here. We here, sis. Oh, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. It's your girl, Primp and Proper, signing out. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in to another Big Girl Talk. It's your girl, Primp and Proper, and I'm signing out. Good night, ladies. Love y'all.
Bag like you driving a Hemi. Pretty girls, yeah, we get money too. 100K, that's a whole lot of blue.